Hey guys, well, it's been a while. Thank God it's Friday, right? Well, today I got a story for you about an old timer I did some time with. His name was Donald Frankos. Donald Frankos was an old time hoodlum, mad hatter, gangster, hitman, a real hitman that took money to kill people, not a Johnny A. Lie hitman. Anyway, I'm going through my journal, and this is a picture he sent me. I wish I could put it on the screen, but I don't know how to do all this stuff. I'm trying to learn because I do want to give you guys thumbnails, and I know the thumbnails get more attention than just a regular video. But anyway, on this photo, he says, to my friend Jimmy C, don't trust no one, stay strong, your friend, Tony the Greek Frankos. And I want to tell you a story he once told me. Now, this is an old man I spent a lot of time with in prison. And he was a funny old man and a tough old man. Very tough. And what he did was, he gave me a book. On the front page of his book, he wrote, to my friend Jimmy C, take this book about the good of life by Plato. And I know you will always abide by his principles in life. Take good care and always stay safe. Your friend, Tony the Greek. Anyway, this is the front page of the book. He's an old timer, this guy. This guy was an old timer, mad hatter. And I spent some time with him. He was good friends with a lot of Hell's Kitchen guys. And he did a lot of work for crime families. He was a hitman. They would pay him and he would get the job done. He wrote a book. Not sure what the name of his book was, but it wasn't too successful. In the book, he said he had something to do with killing Jimmy Hoffa, that he knows where he's buried. Who knows how much of that is true? I'm sure it wasn't true. Everyone's lying about Jimmy Hoffa. Only a couple guys were involved in that murder, and whoever knows about that murder, I'm sure they're long gone. And I'm sure the guys who committed that murder, they got done right after they done Jimmy Hoffa. That's probably for sure. Now, this guy, Frankos, he used to tell me all kinds of stories. He was a funny old man, I tell you. I used to walk the track in the yard with this guy. And he had a limp to him, but he was always ready to fight with his hands. He was always ready to throw a punch. And I mean, he was really walking on eggshells all the time. If someone looked at him the wrong way, he would actually want to throw a punch at him. That's how tough he was. But this guy told me a story when I was doing time with him. He told me a story about he had to go do a hit for one of the crime families. It was this couple that seen something, and he had to get rid of them, meaning kill them. It's a sad story. It's not something I want to glorify. I don't want to glorify his life. This is a man that was raised by a father that used to beat him up, never gave him love, never hugged his child, never kissed him and said, I love you. And he grew up very hard and tough, smoking at a young age, doing drugs. And, his life was destroyed. In and out of prison, a young age. Eventually went to prison for the rest of his life. And it's a sad story what this guy did, that he lived. A very sad story. And there's lots of sad stories like that. So, if you do have children, try to spend time with them, give them a hug, tell them you love them, It's very important to show your children how much you care about them and give them a lot of courage to love you back and say I love you and things like that. But spend time with them and teach them, because at the end of the day, you are their teacher, you're their learner, and they're gonna learn from you. So anything you do, they will learn from you. And hopefully it's a good, positive. So this guy Franko's telling me a story one time. He tells me a story that he has to do work for one of the families. He did mention a name. It was a Gambino guy that he was very close with. Zach or something, but Ernie Boy. That's who he was good friends with, Ernie Boy. So he ends up going on a hit for this guy. He's taken two people out, a couple, a man and a woman. This is sometime in the late 70s, maybe early 80s. He tells me that this couple seen something they weren't supposed to see. He walks in a building. As he walks in the building, he gets on an elevator. As he gets on the elevator, there's a woman behind him that gets on the elevator with him. He gets off a certain floor and he has to go take care of what he has to do. The woman stays on the elevator and goes up, and she goes about her life. Now, he goes and he knocks on the door. When he knocks on the door, a guy answers. As the guy answers, the Greek has a silencer on his gun. He just walks right in, pop, zip, 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 zip. A woman was there too. He killed both of them, he tells me. And he leaves them there. He walks out. This is a time when there was no cameras, no nothing. And you could probably get away with murder very easily. Nothing like today. There's cameras everywhere. There's people out their windows. There's people all over the place. It was a different world back then. Everyone minded their business. The mob was strong. Not like today. The mob is a lot weak. Nothing compared to what it was years ago. So he walks out of the building, out of the apartment, gets on an elevator. As he gets on an elevator, there's a guy on the elevator he's going downward. Now, Tony the Greek was a very paranoid guy. He didn't like people around him. He didn't trust nobody. This is a guy that eventually, if you hung out with him, he was going to kill you. And that's exactly what he did with this guy on the elevator. So he got in the elevator. He was going down. There's a guy on the elevator with him going down. Boom, zip, zip. He kills that guy too. He walks off the elevator and he goes about his business for the day. As he goes about his business for the day, a couple months pass by. Detectives, homicide squad is trying to solve this double homicide. They interview some people on that day when it happened, and the woman that got on the elevator with him on the first time going up, she gives a description of Tony the Greek Frankos. Now you could look up his name, Tony the Greek Frankos. He was a very sharp old guy, mad dog killer. He actually used to hang out with Mad Dog from Hell's Kitchen, and he did a lot of time with them, and he did a lot of state time, this guy. But he was a very tough old man. I got a lot of kicks out of him. He would always come to my cell. Every time he came to my cell, he always needed something from commissary. He never had no money. He was a broke guy. And he has a really sad story. His story was basically growing up. He was never loved by his parents. His mom abandoned him. His father used to smack him around, kick him, beat him up, and he never had no love whatsoever. And these are the stories he used to tell me. So anyway, the woman gives a description of him. They finally get him. He ends up getting caught for another homicide that he committed, and they picked him up for the double homicide of the couple he committed. This guy must have copped out to maybe 4 or 5 homicides. I'm not sure, but he was definitely one to be reckoned with back in the day. Tony the Greek Frankos. He was a strong guy, sad story of life. He was never loved, went the wrong direction, ended up dying in prison. Used to call my mom all the time to say hello, tell Jimmy I said hello. And he passed away in jail. Now, this is a story I want to send out to all these kids out there to let you know that if you think you're going to excel through the streets and commit crimes and hang out with wise guys or hang out with gangs and you're going to become something, I'm letting you know sooner or later you're going to find out that one of your friends that you think you are so tight with are gonna disappoint you. They're gonna disappoint you, and when they do, I recommend you walk away right away and get out of there, because what's next to come is another disappointment, and you're gonna say, you know what? I should never even been this person's friend, because like I said, if you have one friend, you have a lot. So this is a story about Tony Franko's I wanted to share with you. I hope you enjoy it. The story after this, I'll be telling a story about Michael Marola, a 2-part series. I hope you guys enjoy it. Have a good Friday. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video. And to my subscribers, I love you. I love you guys. You guys are the best. And have a great weekend. I'll be coming out with another video right after this. Love yous. Bye.